Oh, do I feel good today. What's up, kids? It is Friday, September 29th, 2023. This is your daily, and I do mean daily, sports betting brand of record. We call it the Early Edge. All of our odds are presented by the king of all sports books, BetMGM. We are powered by the almighty SportsLine, the best value in all sports betting, and it is not close. So much to unpack today, but we're coming off another solid day at the brand. Last night, primetime Early Edge, the day show yesterday. All I know is this, that many of you in the chat are saying what we already know. AB is an absolute wagon. Tail AB at all costs. The man is hotter than the sun. By the way, Western Kentucky won by 21 last night. Sweat free. But many of us hit picks yesterday. But what do we always say? That's yesterday. Today's today. That's deep. Now, there are many of you that are new to our brand every single day. First off, welcome. We want everybody. Tell your friends. Second, you have picked the absolute best day to make it your first day here at the Early Edge. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, the best crew in the business. Welcome to Big Pick Energy Friday.
Ooh, let's go! Let's go!
Oh, my goodness. It's an absolute embarrassment of riches. Look who is here. Counselor is here. Buckets is here. Sniper is here. And ladies and gentlemen, the man who named this show, the reason it's called this, please welcome the one and only Chip Patterson. Good morning, Chip.
Good morning, Coach. Good morning, Counselor. Good morning, Buckets. Good morning, Sniper. Good morning, Snake. Good morning, Early Edge fam. Oh, it feels good. We got Ryder Cup going on across the pond. We got NFL. And of course, you know I got you set with Friday night college football. Very, very good slate here on a Friday night. Get used to it, including some late night Big 12. How about it? And a loaded Saturday. Woo! This is how we start a weekend right. Let's go.
Mike says BPE Friday and the Prop Show Friday might be the two best shows in the capping world. Might be. It absolutely is. Now, a little dissension in the ranks, though, before we even get started. All that positive vibes from Chip, and I read something from the Sniper in the chat. Snake, if you don't mind, what was this all about? Good morning to everyone except Buckets. Sniper, explain yourself.
Speaks for itself, really. I don't know why I need to explain that any further, right? I mean, I just saw it again. Bucket Snyder 24. Wow. I am not going to be his running mate if I'm below him on the ticket. It's very simple.
If you guys don't think Sniper's serious about this, he is serious about this. Look at his face. Look at his face. Now, this is going to make you even more upset, because we do this little thing called 15 seconds. Whoever has the best day the day before gets 15 seconds. Well, Buckets is 4-0 in his last 4 picks here on the show. So I have to. I have to. Buckets, you get the 15 seconds.
I just want to take these 15 seconds, Coach, not to talk about how great our Atletico Madrid pick was or our frozen on both teams to score. I want to do 2 things. I want to say, Matt, I hope you have an incredible day because you deserve it, and you are my best friend here on the show. And secondly, I want to give a quick shout out to Mama Buckets. It is her birthday, so we have to look out for Mama Buckets here, because without her, none of this is possible, Coach.
Wow, we love Mama Buckets. Happy birthday, Mama Buckets. We're going to see her next May on the Mother's Day special. Mama Buckets will be a part of that. I don't even know how Sniper feels about being called your best friend, but hey, it is what it is. Now, a very quick 15 seconds, because I think it's worth it. We told you for 3 days, didn't we, Counselor? Watch the early wedge. And if you watch the early wedge, we told you what? That Team Europe is the squad. Then we put out picks on social media last night, both of us. What happened? Can you enlighten me, Cio?
Yeah, we won the picks and we won them easily. It's too bad it was in the middle of the night, because this would have been one of those sweat-free situations where you're just kind of coasting as you collect your cash. But yeah, listen, Coach and I were on Team Europe. It's looking like right now they're like minus 500 to win this whole thing. So that's looking pretty good. But our first matchups that we put out, those looked great. We're flying from the early wedge already.
And we told you Rory McIlroy, whether it's for Team Europe or overall, would be the top point getter. He's about to have 2 already. That's
Let's
the
go.
most you can have. That's the most you can have. Next level, me and Sia. Thank you very much. Now, let's get to it today because there's still a lot of baseball. There's still 3 days left and so much still to unpack. So here are the choices today. And some of these players have really been catching fire heading into the playoffs. So, Sniper, I'm going to try and get you in a little bit better mood. So I want you to go first. We've got Aaron Judge, Matt Olson, Rafael Devers, Yordan Alvarez, and Corey Seager. They are in a big weekend series with Seattle, which should decide everything. Sniper, where are we going?
Well, first off, I want to say this is the final pick the prop of the season for me. I'm not on Saturdays, and then Sunday we will be doing NFL stuff. So I just wanted to give a shout out to Mr. Pete Alonso, or as Coach will say, Peter Alonso, and say thank you so much for all the bombs this year, Pete, because we hit on Pete a lot of times on pick the prop. On this board right now, I'm going to go with Corey Seager facing Brian Wu of the Mariners. Last time they faced off, which was just last week, the 24th, Corey Seager hit a home run off of him. We're going to go for a little repeat here.
I like it. I like it a lot. And many of you in the chat are wishing Mama Buckets a happy birthday. How about everybody? How about just happy birthday, Mama Buckets? And while you're doing that, hit the like button for me. I tell you all the time, it really helps the show. Counselor Dean in the chat says, oh, Patrick's Venmo about to be $200 lighter to Coach and Sia. Normally, we wouldn't talk trash, but he did really put it right between our eyes on the early wedge. So I'm going to brag a little bit right now. What do you like today, sir?
Coach, I never have my ringer on, but I've just turned it on because I'm waiting for that Venmo ding that you and I get so often. I'm going to go with Sniper here, plus 350 for Corey Seager. I really like this matchup, and this is a little preview to one of 2 picks I have later on in this show. But Brian Wu, just 5 days ago facing the Rangers, 3 1/3 innings, 5 hits, 6 earned runs. Like, he's been good, but against the Rangers, he was quite bad just 5 days ago. They get to see him again. Corey Seager should smash. Give me Corey Seager plus 350.
Last night, Texas cashing for me late night. A tight 2-1 game, but cashing nevertheless. Chip, where are you headed?
All right, you cannot spell yard without Y-A. We go Yordan Alvarez, and the Astros are on the road, so let's ride.
Let's ride. I love it. And I tell you what, there's still a lot to unpack when it comes to Major League Baseball, so pay attention and turn on your notifications. Now, I got to tell you this. You come here for one reason and one reason only.
Coach.
What are you doing?
Coach, give me a second here. Are you kidding me?
What are you doing, Buckets?
I can't tell if this is a joke, if I'm getting pranked. It's my mom's birthday, so we need to be nice to me today. But as my best friend, Maddie Snyder, said, that is a rule, Chip. You got to be nice to the son of Mama Buckets. As Matt said, baseball's almost over. So why are we still doing pick the prop when we should be doing something for soccer? I don't know, maybe a little bit of an anytime goal scorer pick the prop for the weekend, Jake?
Are you kidding me right now?
Thank you very much. There, look at that, Coach. That's what we should be doing every single day on the show, because this is where we can find tremendous value on the weekend slate. Because unlike these home run hitting guys to where the season's over, they don't really care and nothing's going on anymore. These are the guys who go onto the pitch every single day and play their damn hearts off, Coach. And we've got 5 fantastic goal scorers here. Personally, I think they all could score, but I'm going to be quick here because I know we have a lot to get into. You have to look at Victor Boniface for Bayer Leverkusen in the German Bundesliga. He is just too good right now. 6 goals in 5 games. They're playing dead last on the table Mainz in this matchup. Not to mention, Victor Boniface is the PK taker, and he broke a record last week for the most shots taken in his first 5 matches of any team in the German Bundesliga. He's going to score once, maybe twice in this matchup, and at even odds, Coach, I'm taking that every single time for Victor Boniface.
I hate it when you make sense. I really, really do. Sniper, how do you feel about this particular little segment?
Well, I was checking out CM Punk there on the right, but I think I'm going to go with Hungman's son because he just scored 2 goals the other night, right?
Yes, he did.
He did.
Hungman's son, he's going to go the yard.
How did you know that? How did you know that he plays for Tottenham? He scored twice the other day. I thought just me and Buckets, next level cappers, knew that. Sniper is all over it. By the way, you all in the chat are driving me insane. Buckets, Buckets, Buckets. Buckets is the man. Paul says Buckets for Stop! You see what he's doing? He's going behind my back calling Snake on the hotline. And Snake's answering.
What was Buckets doing in Japan? Really makes you think.
We're still trying to figure that out, Chip. We're still trying to figure that out. Now, if you choose to play the anytime goal scorer, or if
somebody just said, guess the country each player's from with Sniper. No chance. There's no way. I wouldn't even. No.
Literally, you notice I'm going down because my chair keeps slipping. Oh my God, I started laughing and I accidentally hit the thing on the chair that makes it sink. Whoa, Mr. Jesseroop says Bucket's schooling coach lately. Schooling coach? What are you talking about? Now, let me get this back on track. You can make all of these picks. Where? Well, many of you have, but many of you have not. So let's make it happen. New BetMGM customers can sign up today and get $200 in bonus bets. Just place your first wager of at least $10 and you will receive $200 instantly in bonus bets, regardless of your wager's outcome, with bonus code EDGE200. That's bonus code EDGE200. Now, in addition to the early edge, I tell you all the time, there are picks everywhere at SportsLine and also right here.
Well, you need your sports news anywhere?
We've got breaking news to bring you.
Then get your sports anytime you want them. Big trade news overnight to discuss.
Because we know you need sports all the time.
A lot of movement in the rankings this week.
A legend adds to their legacy.
We're bringing you that breaking news right here on HQ.
CBS Sports HQ, anywhere, anytime, all the time.
All right. We have arrived. By the way, Buckets, do you have your segment today on HQ for English Premier League or no?
Not today, Coach.
Not today. So you haven't gone behind everybody's back, apparently. Not behind everybody's back. See, he doesn't even try to deny, just that big old fat grin on his face. All right, so where do we start? Well, I know exactly where I'm going to start, with one of the hottest cappers in the crew, with a guy that you guys absolutely love, that you can't stop talking about. Counselor, if you don't mind, let's start us off.
All right, cool. Love the intro. You know, I'm going sort of outside the box here. I want everybody to know that, but I'm going to give the reasons for it. So I'm going to start in college football. Wait,
let's go. What
are we doing here? I'll tell you what I'm doing. I've got Utah plus 4.5 tonight against Oregon State. This game is at Oregon State. Now, I do have limited experience in college football, but last year, one of my biggest bets throughout the season was fading DJ Uiagalelei. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. No. DJU is how I pronounce it. He transferred, and I'm transferring from DJU because I like Utah plus 4.5 a lot, and it really is the DJU factor here. He was not very good at Clemson. The first few games of this college football season, he has not been very good. This is going to be a defensive game. Now, Cam Rising, he's not going to be playing for Utah. It's going to be Nate Johnson. Nate Johnson also not very good, but I think they're going to sort of limit the game plan for him and lean on the defense. So I like a low-scoring game. 4.5 is way too many points. You can get 4.5 at a lot of places. Some places it's 3.5. But, you know, if it's 3.5 right now, maybe you wait and see if you can get it up to 4.5. But I absolutely love this number. This is a late-night game tonight. Again, Nate Johnson at quarterback for Utah, but I think Utah is going to lean on their defense, and I don't think DJU is going to be able to move the ball. They'll run the ball somewhat successfully, but DJU specifically, when it counts, he's not going to be able to move the ball. Historically, that's just been the case. Now, we're going to go to not a first five, but we're going to go to baseball. Mariners-Rangers over 7.5. We talked about it. We talked about what Brian Wu did just 5 days ago against these Texas Rangers. He got roughed up in a big way. 3 1/3 innings, 5 hits, 6 earned runs. Not very good. Granted, before that, he was pretty good. But we know Brian Wu this season, he's had some bad outings. And when you're facing a Texas Rangers lineup that's very hungry, this is a bad spot for him. Oh, by the way, Nate Eovaldi in that same game, he faced the Mariners, 5 innings, 6 hits, 5 earned runs. They get to face both of these pitchers again in a crucial matchup. Both bats have been pretty hot. I really like the over here of 7.5 at -105.
I do too. And on your Utah play, all I need to know is that EC likes Oregon State. That's all I need to know. That's all I need to know. We're rolling with Utah.
Uiagalelei.
Thank you, Joe.
Uiagalelei. Okay.
Uiagalelei. Yeah, get that little like silent, you know, that's it's like Tagovailoa.
Can I try one more time?
Yeah.
Uiagalelei.
Sure.
I nailed it. I didn't nail it.
We're closer.
Thank you.
You're close, Sia.
Yeah. And then also say it fast so that you just keep going, right? And if you pause, then it can get hung up on yourself.
That was my secret when I used to do Sports Center, and we'd do those highlights that were in real time, and you'd have a chance to look at the highlight. I would just like speed read through the word and be like, yeah, and then that was my secret. But how do you know all those names? I don't. I just speed read them.
Yeah.
All right. Now, I don't know if he woke up on the wrong side of the bed this morning. I don't know if it's just a trigger, but we need to get the sniper back in place. We love you. You're a big part of what we're doing. I want to make sure you're happy. Is there anything else nice I can say to you before you give us your 2 fire picks today?
No. I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, good. You're
It's okay. It's you just mentioned being on SportsCenter, and for this first pick, his name is John Means, and I always think of every single time I see his name still as an avid primetime watcher from back in the day. I always think of Chris Berman saying Natron means business.
Oh,
yes. Would have a carry for the Chargers. Anyway, on the Means, John Means. I'm going to go over on the outs recorded today because he threw 7 1/3 innings last time out. It was only his 3rd start back from Tommy John surgery. They are stretching him out in anticipation of him being in the rotation for the playoffs. So I do think that he is going to go deep into this game. He's facing a Red Sox offense, which frankly has given up at this point. They have only scored 30 runs in the last 11 games. They're worse against lefties. Means is a lefty. So I really like Means to throw well and work deep into this game. 15.5 outs. We just need to get 5 1/3 innings here. So I'm very confident in that one. And I just wanted to send some negative vibes the Red Sox way. I had 76.5 over wins for the year. They were 72-66 through September 4th. And they're now 76-82. They're totally mailing it in. I only need them to win one more game, and it looks like it's not going to happen. So done with you, Red Sox. Get out of here. Also, got to send a shout again to AB because he's so hot right now, Coach. I'm going to make a Braves play in light of that because that is AB's wheelhouse. Ronald Acuna Jr. securing the MVP here down the stretch. I don't believe the Braves are going to take their foot off the gas, even though they've clinched the top seed, because they're not going to play in the wild card round, which means they're not going to play again until Saturday. They play their guys every day anyway. Baseball's an everyday sport. They'll get their rest Monday through Friday. They're going to play everybody. Acuna's over 2.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs is only -140. He's averaging about 3 per game all season. That's how good he's been. National starter Trevor Williams, 5.55 ERA. He leads the league in I don't know what I wrote there. I wrote league W with 34 home runs allowed. What was I doing? I did this last night. I don't know. I'm sorry. Trevor Williams has been brutal this month. Ronald Acuna is amazing. 7 for 15 with 2 home runs against Trevor Williams in his career. I love Ronald Acuna, like you always should tonight.
Yeah. Good Friday. It's a really good Friday.
I wrote it just came to the end of the page. It came to the end of the page there, and I wrote below it. That was just a bad effort on my part. I'm sorry.
Oh, the last 45 seconds are so great. That's why we love you, Sniper. We love you, Sniper. Now, at CBS, there's so many different ways to watch so many different things. But all kidding aside, we are all in at Galazzo. We're all in at CBS Sports HQ. We're all in on all the leagues, but especially Buckets, Serie.
The Scudetto, where the soul of Italy meets the pinnacle of calcio. Catch Serie A on CBS Sports Network and streaming live on Paramount+.
Now, as I look at my notes, and I see the 2 plays that are coming down the pike, I will remind people that the other night on CBS Sports HQ, you said, if Messi plays, this happens. If Messi doesn't play, Houston double chance will come in. Houston wins 2-0, just like you said they would. So tell me why these 2 teams are going to do the same thing.
Well, Coach, first of all, I'm going to shock everyone and start with a college football play. I'm just kidding. Absolutely not. No chance. I had to shout out Sia there. No idea what college football is. Not even going to try to go down that. What I am going to do is, as Coach mentioned, take 2 different double chance plays, which means that I'm betting on 2 underdogs here. And we're going to start with the German Bundesliga and a matchup between Hoffenheim and Borussia Dortmund. And if you know anything about Bundesliga, you know that Borussia Dortmund are one of the absolute titans of the Bundesliga and are always the second, maybe third best team in the league. But that's not really the case right now, as this Dortmund team is kind of floundering. Ever since they lost the title last season, they've been struggling to find their form this season. They're drawing against teams that they have no business drawing against, and they're barely beating some of the worst teams in the league. Meanwhile, Hoffenheim at home is incredible this season and just beat Union Berlin 2-0. I'm taking Hoffenheim double chance, which means if Hoffenheim wins or if they draw, this bet cashes at minus 135. Then we're going to take a quick little jog over to France's league, where we have an absolute banger of a match between RC Strasbourg-Alsace and RC Lens. And be careful, because Strasbourg is called Racing. They're called Racing Strasbourg. They're called Alsace. They're called RS Strasbourg. Got to make sure you're betting on the right game here. But again, we're going with the exact same double chance bet. Strasbourg at home has not lost yet this season. They are currently 6th on the table and are playing really, really good footy right now. Meanwhile, RC Lens, give me a second here.
Oh my God.
16th on the table. They are absolutely terrible this season, but somehow they're still in the Champions League, which means not only do they have to play this weekend, they have to play Arsenal on Tuesday. And I promise you, they care more about that match against Arsenal. Take Racing Strasbourg double chance again at minus 130. Nice little 2-0 sweep. I'll see you guys all at the pay window.
Why do you all feed this? But if you're gonna write a joke, make sure it's the right joke. Because Eric says, what I will never understand is how Buckets is so unfamiliar with college football, being from Iowa. Well, that's all there is to watch.
Fort Wayne, Indiana.
It's Indiana.
Chip dropping the city. He goes, here's Bucket's address. Go ahead.
It's not
Hey,
Iowa.
listen, you obviously have not been doxxed yet. Okay, you have not been in this game long enough to get doxxed. Make a pick and have an angry fan base coming for you. Yeah, you'll get used to the old phone book days.
Oh, those were the days. All right. With all jokes aside, when we get to this part of the show, it just feels right. We just know that we made it through another week together, which is exactly what the crew does. So, Chip, I'm just going to get out of the way. And as always, the floor is yours.
Well, listen, CFBC was saying some music to my ears, right? Like I can tell he is dialed in on this matchup. And he said a lot of things that really stood out to me and resonated deeply. He said a low scoring matchup. Check. He said, I'm not expecting much out of the offenses. Check. We don't like DJ Uiagalelei. We don't like Nate Johnson. And I mean, your Utah play seems sensible, but why even sweat the side? We're going under 44.5 because this is a matchup of strength on strength, because all Oregon State really wants to do, even though they've got that splashy Clemson transfer at quarterback, is run the daggum football. Damian Martinez, the Pac-12 freshman of the year last year, he is a monster, and Oregon State has built this program up. Remember, 10 wins last year. They've built it up with a big, beefy offensive line. They're going up against one of the best run defenses in the entire country. And when it comes to Utah's offense, and I've said it earlier this week, it's a joke I don't even need to write down. We need to treat Utah like Iowa. Just trade out the black and gold for red and white, because they even need their defense to score touchdowns. Look at last week's 14-7 win against UCLA, under 44.5 in Corvallis. Then to Saturday, and oh yeah, I'm going to have to shout out Sia again, because I know CFP Sia, he's going to be throwing on his colors, right? Yeah, because we got a big Sun Belt matchup as South Alabama's coming to Harrisonburg to take on the James Madison Dukes. Now, listen, Kurt Cignetti's had them boys on the road for 3 straight games, and he's returning home to the comfy confines where, what's JMU's record at home under Kurt Cignetti? Oh, yeah, 27-2. The FBS ain't ready for this kind of home field advantage. The place is going to be absolutely rocking, just like it was against Texas State for the Sun Belt opener last year. So give me James Madison. Rank James Madison, you cowards. They cover 3, and they might show up in the AP Top 25 on Sunday.
Yeah, you cowards. I will ask you all just one very simple question. After all 4 of my guys have spoken today, do you want to do the work? I didn't think so. Hashtag next level. It's the absolute very best. That's simply what we do. Now, grab your paper, grab your pencil. Here's the recap, courtesy of the Snake, always on the ones and the twos. Counselor, 2 big plays today. College football, Utah plus 4.5, minus 105. Then Rangers, Mariners over 7.5. Late night, minus 108. Then Buckets, 2 plays. And in the United States, this is daytime. Don't get shut out. Offenheim in the Bundesliga, double chance, minus 135. And Strasbourg in France's Ligue 1, double chance, minus 130. Then the Sniper is on John Means, over 50.5 outs recorded, minus 105. And then Ronald Acuna, let's put a stamp on that MVP season and go over 2.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Then Chip, 1 game tonight, Oregon State, Utah under 44.5. I would love to see both of those plays hit. And then James Madison showing up this year, laying the 3, minus 115. They continue to shock the world until after this weekend when people start to pay attention. Do not forget our NFL props extravaganza today at 4 p.m. Eastern time with Uncle Dave, with my man Proppy, and of course EC. And as always, all of our odds are powered by BetMGM. For those of you who are new, hopefully you had a good time today. We like to think you can have fun and also still take it serious because that's what we try to do every single week. So with all that being said, have a good day, pay it forward, and remember this, there's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. For my entire crew, Lobo, Buckets, Counselor, Sniper, Chip, Snake, always on the ones and the twos. I am simply the coach. Trying to keep this train on said track. We grind for you so we can win with you. It's truly what we're all about right here. Early Edge. Good luck.